I'm here to talk about AI Verde, which is a generative AI platform that we've been working on for the past while now with Cyverse. And yeah, it's essentially LLM compute for UA campus. Um, we have a lot of cool tools that we've built around essentially research focus and classroom kind of situations, budgeted tokens, and yeah. So whoops, let me, first off, we need to get everyone access. So if you all would like to paste in the chat your net ID and your name, I can add you all. I can demo this real quick. Here is actually AI Verde. You go to chat.cyverse.ai, you'll be able to log in and see. But basically, here's the platform and one of the courses we'll be adding you guys to, so you can actually have API access. So yeah, if y'all would like access, I can add you now and you can follow along. Otherwise, we can just continue.
Nick, I can add them. You can continue the
Okay,
class.
cool. And so, yeah, basically, once you're added to the course, you'll be able to visit and see the actual course that we just added you to there. It'll say data lab. Once you're able to do that, you just click on the details page and your token will be there. It's blurred out because these are secrets. These are treat it like a password.
I just added you both, Harry. I think Harry was already there. Hoy, you should, if you refresh this link, chat.cyverse.ai, you should be able to see something. Or yeah, Nick, you're all yours.
Yeah, no worries. And so yeah, once you have those those secrets, you'll essentially be exporting these environment variables. And so yeah, we're just gonna quickly test that out. Just make sure everything's working. Just gonna talk to.
So if you log in, you must be able to click on manage. And if you see the chatbot on manage, you should be able to find your token. And is this code you're showing?
It'll be this actually here. I'll just quickly demo. Ooh,
Okay.
I did not want to do that. Well, okay. Well, I'll just remove that API key. Anyway, essentially, yeah, it'll be on
That's
your
okay.
details page. Yeah.
Details, why not manage details?
Yep. And yeah, so we can talk to the LLM real quickly using those API keys, and see information about what exactly happened, like how many tokens were actually used and how. And so we'll just skip to the OCR stuff real quick. And
Is
this will
this
be,
code already on the GitHub, Nick?
yes.
Can
Yeah.
you show it to them so that they can also follow it?
Yeah, that where is that? That's exactly
Yeah, I got it. I'll just paste the
you
link
have
here.
it. Okay. So yeah, same sort of thing. We're gonna just use the vision instruct model here that's provided. We do provide other models, but yeah, we're going to be using the vision one obviously for OCR and multimodal. So let's just check that we can actually talk to the model. And it looks like we can. And so speaking about how to actually push an image to the model, this is kind of how you have to do it. You give it a message that's a type of image URL, and then it actually contains the image URL data. And we push it in via base64 encoding it, which just real quickly just pushes that into base64 encoding from the actual file data from the JPEG or whatever file type it was. So we just directly read the file contents and push it into base64. And then that will let us insert the image data. You can, let's say the image that you're talking about or that you want us to analyze was actually on the web. You can just put the URL here and that'll work. Yeah, so we can do some pretty interesting things like for this, we're just doing a basic prompt so I can demo how the prompting works with this. And so here's a little cute dog that it's showing. And here is some gummy bears. And so what we can do, let's say we wanted to do some OCR. Just tell it, hey, extract any text that you find in an image. Let that run. It says there's no text present in the image. That's correct. And oh, it did it not actually do it this time? Okay, that's funny. I just did this and it extracted all that. Fine. Anyway, here, let's try that one more time. Sometimes they're very picky about what instructions you give them. Oh, there we go. See. Okay. So yeah, this time it actually did it and got all the nutrition information out and the ingredients, just about everything. So it has the link for us. So yeah, we can do more stuff with images like classification. So let's say we have a set of trail camera images and we want to find out, hey, are there any images or animals in these images? And so we can use this special I believe it's Pydantic. Yeah. Pydantic base model, which is essentially just describes the types of data. And this will let the model essentially very easily extract to something like JSON. And so we're doing the same sort of thing here where we're passing the image in. Here we have a cow. It says it's a cow. There is a black bear. This one, I believe, is nothing. Yep. Another black bear. This is a puma, but it thinks it's a white-tailed deer, so sometimes it's not the best. And there's another cow. And so the thing about image sizing or image sizes is that you're essentially limited to the context window. So that means that you have to, if an image is very, very large, it'll fail. And so what we can do is just use something like PIL to actually do essentially resize and scale it properly down. And so that way the image will actually work. Because initially it was way too big. We sized it down a bit, and now it actually is spitting out what's in there. And yeah, here was the URL data. We can just directly pass in image URL, which it has to be obviously accessible to our servers. So it can't just be something locally hosted necessarily. Yeah, as long as it's accessible to our servers and our server can download it, then it'll go through its own essentially image downsizing that the model does on its own. And so, yeah, that's about it with that. I did want to demo, we have multimodal features on the chat on the front end side coming. This is not quite, this is on our staging site. So it's not quite ready yet, but very, very shortly we'll be adding these, and I'm just going to demo what we can do. So I'm just sending it an image of some graphs and some text and say, please extract the text and make sense of the graph. And so see, it actually does a pretty good job of making sense of this. Yeah, this is coming very shortly to the actual models, and we'll be able to you can do pretty cool stuff with this, like since there's conversational history, just do stuff like this. That's very correct. Best one is Granite 3D2. Yep. So yeah, if anyone has questions. Oh, you know what? I'm realizing. The cool thing about yeah, Verde is it's all OpenAI compatible. So you can use your API key with something like Chatbox AI app, which essentially does a lot of the same stuff that AI Verde front end is doing, but you run it all locally. So yeah, instead of using your compute locally, it would be on Verde, but then whatever else you're doing with that chatbot, you can have locally. And we do provide, like I said, we have a ton of different models available for people for whatever your use case might be. And then if you are developing and using LangChain, I would highly, highly suggest Langsmith. And it doesn't cost anything for the first 5,000 traces, which is a lot of traces. We use the free version on our production systems and don't hit that limit yet. So yeah, I can also show that too. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, you can get an idea of What we were using prior was pretty simple, but things start to get very complicated when you're developing complex systems. And so, yeah, being able to see this sort of breakdown of all the different pieces in the graph helps quite a bit. Yeah, any questions?
Seems like people need to play with the Verde.
Yeah, I know it's hard to just jump into this, but if you're added to that the data lab group, you should be able to access it, get your key and everything. So and yeah, we do have our support email for instructors and other kind of PIs and researchers and whatnot. We do have the support email. So if you have any issues, please reach out and we can help you with whatever it is you need.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if there's no more questions, thank you, Nick, for your participation, and talk to you soon. Thanks for everyone for connecting. We have a next workshop, couple of minutes, 2 p.m. Thank you.